we're kind of sitting in 1970s, so the private keys look pretty, oh, it's working now. Okay, so let's start. This one is not working, so can you like match this here? No? Okay, I'll just go with this. Okay guys, so this is internet, so it's network of devices, and we just connected all the storage devices together. And then decentralized ledger is basically a network of identities, which we start connecting together. And on internet, you kind of exchange data. And on blockchains, you exchange value. So any kind of value, it could be shares, it could be property, it could be anything of value, basically. So now this is how internet IP addresses looked like in 1973. And this is how blockchains look like today. And nobody can use this, really. I mean, I don't think my mom and dad or my kids or anybody could use this. So now this is what happened to internet in 1983. So we started a domain name system. It took us 10 years to know that we need a domain name system. And this is what is going to happen to blockchain. We're going to have identity handles, or aliases, global unique identifiers, which people can read, understand, and this is what we're used to today. This is what moms and dads can understand. So now, after this, it took us another 10 years to realize how do we discover these domain names, and this is when Yahoo came about. We all understood the value of internet, and we couldn't figure out that we need a discovery system. And this is what we understand today for identities. So our address books are going to contain all the identities eventually, where you'll have your family, your friends, your schoolmates, your college mates, clients, vendors. All these public keys are going to be sitting on your address book. So now, internet, when it came, it kind of started connecting all the networks together, all the corporates, governments, different countries, and blah, blah, blah. And similarly, blockchain, now today, this is how the system is. There are too many identity silos. So there are contacts on one side, there are social networks on the other side, there are CRM and CIM systems on one side, there are apps and clouds on the other side, there are government and government IDs and AML KYC, which is happening. There are wallets and passwords sitting on the other side. These are all unconnected silos. And there are employee directories sitting on corporates. And there are ERP and payroll systems running on the other side. They're all not talking to each other today. And it causes a $6 trillion problem. It's the biggest problem we have on planet Earth. Cybersecurity is bigger than real estate in America. This is what it causes, because we have no idea who's hacking our system. We have no idea who's stealing our money. We have no idea where these packets are coming from. There's no accountability in the system because the identities are missing. So now, this is how the current blockchain industry is operating. We have identities in the center, and this is what we think identities are. Just AML and KYC, and we think the identities are done. And at max, some solutions go beyond this and actually get some authentication going, which is DidAuth, that's the latest right now running, or OpenID Connect. This is where the industry exists. There's a $32 billion industry. Whenever you talk about identities, you have to talk about access management. You cannot have identity systems which do not give you access management. So they're interconnected. You can't just build a solution and be viable. And this is where the standard of operating is. For all the Fortune 500s, all the SMEs use LDAP for access management. Without this, nothing works. And this is what consumers understand. This is what moms and dads understand. This is what kids understand, the contacts books. And mobile numbers is really where people understand, okay, if I have a mobile number, I know where to reach this guy. So you need a way to verify these identities and call them and check if this is really the public key belonging to this person or not. So they need to be tied to either mobile numbers or email addresses at least to be able to verify. Now what happens is when you use these contacts books, they give you a social graph, they give you a fingerprint. They confirm your identity. So these identities become Sybil resistant. You can't steal these identities anymore. And especially when you start calling them, calling your friends and family, you use the dialer, it's very easy for them to verify you as the person. So if somebody steals your private key, the system can know if you're talking to your mom and dad or sister or brother or friends or clients, we know it's you, so we can activate the system, otherwise we don't. So the best people to verify you as the person is your immediate circle. So, and then you can recover your private key from those people. So you can recover your private key shards from those people. Now, this is where the privacy comes in. So whenever you are doing these public keys, the new standard of thought on blockchain right now is you give multiple DIDs. It's multiple public keys. You give it to each relationship you have so that nobody can externally correlate what you're doing in the world. So nobody can track you. So you need to store those DIDs somewhere. That's going to be our address book, basically. Oh, shit, I pressed the wrong button. Okay? Yeah. All right. Just 1 second. Sorry. Okay. And these directories are needed for all the other industries. Like, they kind of act as context for IoT, for AR, for VR, for smart contracts. So in the whole world, to make anything work, you need context. So this is where the whole ecosystem is going to be about. Oh. Back, blank, back. Sorry. Okay, so basically this is where we're going with this. The identity network, blockchain is basically the identity network, and this is how the whole system is going to play out, and kind of makes the whole system work, and everything talks to each other. So I have these theorems. I think we can leave it. It's too technical, and I think it's too much in the evening right now. So we can probably leave this. So I have this theorem where these decentralized systems need to have accountability and how we can build it. So I think we'll just leave that today. Okay. So basically, blockchain equals to trust. And blockchain with real identities equals to real trust. Otherwise, you can't trust these systems. You can't have a world which doesn't have accountability. So that's pretty much it. Thank you.